Hey puddings! Puddings? Harley is not British. Hey puddings! Harley here. Yeah, I know I'm looking a bit beaten up, but you know, when your boyfriend's the Joker, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. And I did get the better of him. Maybe I should have brought my little friend in to join the party, but I think I did pretty well without it. Anyway, puddings, if you'd like to know how to look like me, then keep watching. Love ya. Hi beautiful weirdos, Charlotte here and welcome back to Pretty Scary. Today is another one of my 31 days of Halloween. And today I'm doing a pretty look. I've done lots of scary looks so far, and incidentally, I'm not necessarily filming this in the same sequence. I'll be releasing them on the channel, so if I say something that doesn't quite make sense, that's why. Anyway, today I am doing Harley Quinn, the iconic Margot Robbie look from Suicide Squad. I couldn't not do it, although I know there are 1,000,001 tutorials already on this look. So I thought I'd do something a bit different and do a kind of a really grungy, messed up, bashed up version of Harley, because I did a little bit of research and I came across a brilliant cartoon strip which was a scene between the Joker and Harley, where Harley has put the Joker in prison and she goes to see him to basically taunt him, and they end up having full-on fisticuffs. So just a quick disclaimer, I am not in any way condoning domestic violence, and I hope this video doesn't upset anybody. I have been in that situation myself. For those of you who've seen my inner animal video, you will already know this. If you haven't, I will link it somewhere around here. Yeah, without much further ado, I am going to make a start on, first of all, the pretty part of Harley's makeup, and then I'm going to grunge her up. Don't forget to comment if you saw or if you see Edward the bear, the misshapen bear. Comment down below where you saw him and what Halloween costume he was wearing today. And if you haven't yet hit that red subscribe button, then please hit it, because there is lots more where this came from. It takes 2 seconds. Press it. Incidentally, my face hates me because of the abuse I'm putting my skin through with all these different makeups, a couple of makeups a day, if not more. So please support my channel, because I have to make it all worth it, because my face is never going to speak to me again. I am using a sponge today because I couldn't be bothered to get off my lazy arse to get my brush. Plus, a change is as good as a rest and all that. I don't really need to go over how I'm doing my base. It's pretty self-explanatory, and you've seen me do it 1,000,000 times before if you've watched my films. Pretty scary pulling the ugliest makeup faces since 2015. So you want a bright pink and a bright blue eyeshadow, one for each side, and I'm starting off on the blue side. Just apply it very kind of messily all over the lid, up to the crease, and then blend. Wing it out slightly at the edge, and then obviously bring it down your face, Harley style. Take a thin brush to do underneath the lash line too, in the same colour, and blend. I decided that was too long, those little Harley blue tails, so I shortened them and redid them. And then just do exactly the same on the pink side. Then take an angled brush and fill in your brows. You want to fill them in quite dark if they're not dark already, because Harley's got that dark root blonde hair thing going on. And then taking a deep grey and a deep navy eyeshadow, I'm just grunging up the Harley eyes. She only really wears the pink and the blue, but I just wanted to make it a bit more, you know, smoky and grungy and kind of dirty looking. So I'm just smudging that in the outer edge of the socket and just underneath the eye too. Creating a winged eyeliner with a slight point on the inner eye, just give that lovely cat's eye effect. And then just using a waterproof pen liner underneath the eyes. And using that same deep navy eyeshadow to smoke out that line under the eyes and on top. I'm just using Deep Night by Laura Mercier, which is one of my favourite deep smoky colours. You can use whatever you happen to have. Black will do the job just as well. I'm smoking out the whole of the liquid liner along the top, again to give that sort of grungy, smoky effect. And then you can just top up the bright colours as you need to, the yellow and the blue, the pink and the blue even. Clearly I'm colourblind. Time for mascara and false lashes. I'm using two types of mascara. The one is Thick and Fast by Soap and Glory, and the second one is the L'Oreal one. I like to use two because it just gives a fuller lash effect. I don't know why it works, but it just does. So mascara on the upper and the lower lashes, and then just drawing in the black Harley heart and applying my false lashes. Onto lips, I'm lining with a deep colour. This is Roach from Urban Decay. My glue is now set on my lashes, so I'm sticking those on before I continue with the lips. And then just applying a bright red liquid lipstick and smudging it because, let's face it, Harley's been in a fight with the Joker. Just going over any glue that's still shown with a black liquid liner and then applying Harley's Rotten Tattoo. During the Joker Harley fisticuff thing, Harley gets slammed against the wall, so there'll be a bruise there and there, maybe a bit of blood. The Joker punches her in the face, so there'll be a bruise here. He grabs her on the throat, so there will be bruising on her neck, and then she delivers her final blow to him and basically bites off part of his lip when he goes in for a very misjudged kiss. So let's make a start on the grungy fisticuff. So to create the fisticuffs look, you'll need some alcohol paint, alcohol and a sponge, some liquid blood and some coagulated blood or thick blood. If you don't have any alcohol paint, you can use cream paint or you can even use dark eyeshadows. So as these would be quite new bruises, you want to start off with a deep red and really blend that colour out. I'm using a lot of alcohol on the sponge and a lot of alcohol mixed with the alcohol colours, so it's a very sort of translucent wash. If you put too much on, you can always add more alcohol and blend it out a bit, so it's not a problem. You want to use natural sponge so that you get a more organic sort of pattern. Careful around your eyes because alcohol paints are very, very strong. Now I'm just working out where the fingerprints would be if I'd been grabbed around the neck by the Joker, and then just marking out those fingerprints ready for the bruising, and just repeating the same steps that I repeated on the face by putting the deep red on first. Next I'm going in with a purple, so I've just mixed the blue and the deep red, and I'm just applying that in certain areas. Obviously you want it to look random. By the way, a slight tip, don't make the same mistake I made. Don't do the tattoos before you do the bruising, because then you've got to work around them. So yeah, so just keep working with those purple shades and red shades. Go over with a bit of neat alcohol if you want to just blend that out a little, or if you want to lighten any areas. And finally, to make the skin a little bit sort of distressed and irritated, as it would be, go in with some bright red. And like I say, just keep working over those bruises with the alcohol and with the alcohol paints until you get to the intensity that you want. And you can go in with a denser sponge with some neat alcohol just to kind of make those bruises look a bit more random, because you don't want them to look too symmetrical or too dense. You want them to be organic looking and lighter in patches. So just keep working over them until you are happy. And you can also go in with a dry sponge too, just to help create texture on those bruises. And before you move on to the blood, just put your hair in those iconic ponytails that she wears. You don't want them to be too neat because, yeah, she's been in a fight, as we keep establishing. Blood time. So taking the thick blood first of all on a spatula and just smudging that around the lips, because obviously she would have blood on her mouth if she had bitten off the Joker's lips. And then at the top of the head, just doing a little cut there, and a bit of blood coming out the nose. By the way, she didn't bite off the Joker's lips, she just bit a bit off one of his lips. Bit over the top there, Charlotte, bit over the top. Smudge that thick blood around and then pour out some liquid blood. Put a little bit up by that cut on the head, a little bit around the nose and a little bit around the mouth, and then just smudge it around. Final step is to add the hair colour. I'm using a water-based paint. You could use chalks or coloured hairspray if you prefer. I'm just kind of mushing it in there and brushing it through, and I want her to look a bit bedraggled, so the watercolours worked well. Hey puddings, here is the finished look. I'm not even going to try and do an American accent because I am just crap at accents. I got the bat from the pound shop. It was a red foam bat, so I wrote the goodnight lettering on it with black marker pen, black Sharpie. Painted around it with white acrylic mixed with brown, and I painted it on quite haphazardly to give a kind of wood effect. Then I wrote various things on the back, like property of the Joker, heart, Harley Quinn diamonds, and lots of ha-ha-has. And I did actually make a pudding choker, and then realised it would cover up all this bruising, so you can't cover up a masterpiece, can you? Hair, like you just saw, I used water-based paint because I wanted to look a bit bedraggled, because obviously I just had a fight with the Joker. But you could use hair chalk or coloured hairspray. Just make sure you patch test so that it doesn't stain. Have some dandruff shampoo on hand to wash it out, because that's a good tip, because it washes out colour a lot better than other shampoos. If you like this tutorial, please give me a big thumbs up, because it helps me loads. It makes YouTube share my channel more, so I can make some cash and bring you more free content. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Lots more of these kind of tutorials coming this month, one every single day. Comment down below and say where you saw Edward and what costume he was wearing today. Edward the misshapen bear. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun doing this today. I've been wanting to do Harley Quinn for a while. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, puddings. Love ya.